Okay, let's do an audio and visual check. How are you, Jay? How's everybody in the chat? Make sure you can see and hear everything good. Looks
Doing good,
good.
Dakota. Doing
Sounds
good, man. How are
good.
you?
Good. Let me get a few things. Your charts are coming in here clean. Charts are actually looking really good.
Charts
So,
look really clean, yeah.
yeah, that's a win. That is a win. Let's make sure everything else is. All right. Well, everybody, how was your weekend? How was your nice, long 3-day weekend? Tonight's class is only 1 hour long. It is a holiday, basically Sunday, right? And I mean, I think that's all I had to say right there. No echo, clean, good. Good. That's what I want to hear. I'm going to connect my Bluetooth so we can listen to some music for an hour.
Okay.
And
That works.
go over these charts. Anyway, while I go and I connect my Bluetooth, Jay, and I have not seen the Nightbot. I am the Nightbot bully. I don't know what it is. Nightbot just hates me.
Nightbot is celebrating a 3-day weekend.
I know. Nightbot's still on holiday. Been on holiday for a month. There's the Top Step risk disclosure. As always in the YouTube chat, it's for educational purposes only. It is not a signals class. It is not financial advice. Let's get going. Jay, what have you seen to start this week? Looks like we are up over 1% here in the NASDAQ. Hit it. I'll be back in just one moment.
Sounds good. So over the weekend, I think kind of to be expected, we had, 3-day weekend. Markets were semi-closed yesterday, but we did have some comments from the president saying he was going to agree to extend European Union tariff to July 9th. I think the markets liked that news. And we saw a little bit of a bullish reaction to it, looking at 5 p.m. Central Time yesterday with this huge 30-minute spike right here. A lot of that move happened in about 3 minutes or so. And that was kind of it. The price action we had after that was to be expected on a holiday, kind of low volume chop around, but we were floating to the upside. And we're hanging out at the upper extreme of that 30-minute candle, right around 21,230s. That news is bullish. So I'm kind of leaning bullish. I think same sentiment that we've had. If we continue to get good news, then, these markets are really trying to find anything to rally on. We saw on Friday, we came down and tested the 200 moving average on the NASDAQ and bounced off of it. Yesterday's price action was pretty much all one directional to the upside. But I'm curious to see what happens when the volume comes back for the New York session tomorrow. I think it'll be pretty quiet overnight tonight. But with good news coming from the president, delaying tariff deadlines a little bit longer, it seemed like some pretty bullish sentiment. That being said, for tonight, and I think the reason we're probably going for an hour today instead of that usual hour and a half, I don't know how much price action we're going to see. I think everyone is probably still celebrating Memorial Day and using that 3-day weekend to its max. But we'll see what happens tonight. I don't know. Be curious to see if Dakota's interested in putting on any. Dakota, you putting on any trades tonight? What are we looking at? I think you might be on mute.
No. Okay. I'm not
There we go, I
really
got you.
interested into putting on a trade tonight. I mean,
Yeah.
look at tonight's price action. I'm going to jump over to my charts, but this is a 5-minute chart. Let's just go over the rapid fire. Let's take a look at the daily. Let's see where we are at. We finally got that pullback that I've been waiting for. We got that pullback basically Friday, where we came down to this 21,000, right? We even broke down below 21,000, 20,800, 20,750s. So that's what I was wanting to see. This is very healthy for the market. And then, like you said, same crap, different day, man. Trump news, tariffs, this, hold that, yada, yada. Market liked it, like you were saying, and we are up 1%. And I mean, it's a long weekend. Tomorrow, we finally have the New York Stock Exchange open for the first time. And so the next question is, are we going to see continuation? And that was just a nice dip to buy, and we're going to come back up. Maybe we make a run to all-time highs, or something that I'm kind of leaning towards, Jay, and that's consolidation. I'm looking that we have a higher chance that we just consolidate for a little bit until this market figures out what's going to happen, how the tariffs are going to be affecting these companies. Maybe we wait for earnings. Who knows? But I'm expecting more consolidation, more chop. If we zoom into an hourly chart, you can kind of see it's been more buy the dip every single time we have a sell-off. It's been a great buying opportunity. That's typical market. Equities are typically designed to go higher, right? So every sell-off, it's been a buy the dip opportunity. And with hindsight, that was no different. The question I have on this hourly chart is, are we going to continue to see lower highs? Are we gonna? Is that what we just put in? Did we just put in a lower high? Are we gonna see a move lower? Maybe we come back down to 21,000. Maybe we retest 21,000. Maybe we come down and retest 21,000 80s, maybe 60s. And is this a lower high? I'm not sure. We're gonna find out tomorrow.
We will find out tomorrow. Are you on fast markets tomorrow?
I am fast market. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Tomorrow is Tuesday.
Yeah, it is. I think I'm on there with you. I think I might be driving fast markets tomorrow. So let's see if we can get some house account trades on. Yeah.
Sounds good to me, man. It sounds good to me. Let's see. I don't know why your charts are very clean.
Charts are clear. Yeah,
very clear. But your video, I can't get one without the other. I don't know what it is, man. I'll figure it out one of these days. Just put your seatbelts on. Jay's driving. What are you looking at going into tonight? Maybe pay attention to gold. Maybe we watch gold.
Yeah, let's take a look at gold and see what that is doing. Gold.
Real quick, Jay, did you see that trade I had Thursday night?
Man, what a trade!
That trade chat that I talked about. That trade.
What a trade!
Who was here for slow markets? That. As simple and as straightforward as it was, where's Coach Hoop? Coach Hoop was talking about it as well. It was one of the best trades of the year. I mean, it was simple, buy the dip. Well, look at kind of where we're at now. Are we going to
back
continue?
At that trend line?
Yeah, we're back at that trend line. So I'm curious on how gold's going to react. Are we going to push higher? Are we just going to go straight to 3,400 and come back up and test these highs? I don't know. I'm gonna hand it back off to you, Jay. I just wanted to rub that in a little bit and talk about it to some of these traders.
I did see somebody saying that the dollar is selling off, so that is bullish for gold, right? On a higher time frame, we look at gold. It's done this time and time again. The same way you use that trend line, I'm looking at these moving averages, the 50 and the 20 moving average. We got to pull back to it and bounce right off of the 20. And it looks like it's ready to go take out that all-time high. We're about 5% off of it here. I'm bullish gold. For 2 weeks it looked like maybe the trend was over, but look at a weekly chart or a monthly chart in gold. It's just going up, right? A little bit of consolidation here, but this is still not a market I want to short, especially since we've gotten signs of good news, but there hasn't been a deal yet, right? I'm bullish gold. I don't know if I see a buy here, but actually, maybe when our friends in Shanghai open up in about 15 minutes, we'll see some volume come in for a push up. But yeah, that was a great trade you had the other day. Like you said, simple technical analysis. It bounced off a trend line, buy it from there, and that trade was in the drawdown, right? But you held onto it, and
300 points away from DLL, or $300 from DLL. Like that was 2 nights last week trading gold. I think that was the case where I came within $200 or $300 of DLL and turned around having a nice profitable day.
I'd say, do you think when you review those trades, if you review those trades, do you think you could have gotten better trade location, or was it just, that's where the trade needed to be? And
I mean, let's look at it. I'm going to pull up my chart and I'll look at this. This is the trade I took. And you can see this is on the hourly. Where's it at? Dang it, man. This is just Monday vibes. I'm struggling over here controlling the videos and charts.
long weekend vibes.
I know. But here's the hourly chart. And this is basically where it was when I took it. It was like right before slow markets. And so I actually got in where I was comfortable. Like I was looking at this, I was saying, okay, we are at this nice trend line. We touched it once, and then as everyone has seen me trade, I like to take breaks. We broke through that trend line, so I think I got in at like 298, and I was happy with that. Like my entry was like 98. I don't know. You might have to go back and rewatch if you want to know exactly where it was, but that's about where it was. So I took it around there. My stop loss was obviously, my original stop loss was a bit lower, and then I added to it. I think I added to it right before slow market started, and I mean that's it. I mean, I don't know how I could get a better trade location. I do zoom in and I look at the 5-minute chart, and even then, when I was looking at this, that is about as good as it gets for my trade location at the time, right? Like there's a trend line, and as we started to break through that downtrend, right? We break it, we test, and we start rallying up. It's hard to find a better trade location at that time when I was watching it. Now with hindsight, it's like, oh, well, if the market goes against you, you could have got better trade location. The only thing I thought about, Jay, was we see the market volatility come into the market during slow markets right at the top of the hour, right? We've been talking about it right at 7 p.m. Wait, was it 8 p.m. Central? 8 p.m. Central. Yep. Yeah, is when the market picks up. Maybe waiting for that and then trying to find a better trade location. But then again, how many times like the market just goes, right? And it just goes.
Right, yeah.
And so
now I'm like, I missed the trade. And yeah, you hesitate to get in at that point because the risk reward is skewed.
Correct. So it's always hard to say with the power of hindsight. You could say yes, but at the time when you're in the middle of a trade, you take what your process and what the market gives you at that time. You don't know whether it's just going to go straight up. Maybe it goes straight to your stop loss. Maybe it does something in between, but it worked out, right? That's where not letting your trade, not messing with your trade.
Right.
As Barron was on with me that night, we talked about that, and it's true. You know, the less actions you have, I think, and this is just an opinion, it's not a fact, in the way that I view the market, and that what I've seen from experience is that the less actions you have as a person, then the less room for human error to occur in your trades. And so that's what happened. That was a beautiful
100%.
example of that.
100%.
Just going over a few things. I mean, I have my Twix open if anyone wants to do the tag slow markets. Maybe we put some music on. Let me know if it's too loud for you, Jay. Let's see.
Yep. Can't hear anything yet.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Let me know, chat, if it's too loud.
I'm not hearing it.
No? Let me reshare this with
Chat.
you, Jay.
All right, cool. MNQ is bearish. Chat, anyone in a trade right now? Did anyone trade yesterday? Okay, I got it now.
Yeah. We're good.
I think what may be interesting as well, I don't know how many, we talk about currency futures a lot, or not a lot, but every once in a while. With the dollar selling off, some of the currency futures may get interesting. They've broken some higher time frame trend lines. I'm looking at the Japanese yen. We broke this trend line a couple days ago. And maybe for a run back up to this swing high up here, especially with the dollar selling off the way it is, currency futures may be interesting if we have any traders that trade those.
We have a lot of traders coming from futures or Forex market. We have currency traders. We can trade currency futures here. Good morning, Aaron. Aaron trades. He's his gold. He watches gold. I stayed up a little bit.
What's up, Aaron?
Coach Hoop and I was stayed up sometimes watching his stream, watching the London Open.
Shout out to Aaron. I saw your trade and travel vlogs. Just hopping around Europe. That is the life.
Is that Aaron's doing vlogs? Oh, there's
Yeah,
Nightbot.
man.
Here's
Yeah.
Nightbot.
Just
Okay. Is it on YouTube?
on YouTube, on his page. Yeah. Good stuff, Aaron.
Let's see. I gotta check it out.
There he is. Travel and trading.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a couple of videos. It's good stuff.
A trading retreat in Bali. Oh, that sounds nice.
Right?
The truth
We
about
might need to go to the
travel
next one.
yeah, I know. When are you gonna invite us, Aaron?
Right.
Italy edition.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, check out Aaron's videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Topstep trading retreat in Bali. I'm down.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'm down as well. I mean, we're gonna be going to Chicago first.
Yeah, that's a little different than Bali, but baby steps.
And baby steps. Yeah, baby steps. Here goes gold. Gold's starting to push lower. We did hit that 3340, 3350 resistance.
Yep. Looking at what would be a decent enough pullback to buy in gold. Maybe down to 3320s is 200 moving average on the 30-minute.
3320s. Go test those lows.
Yeah.
The question is, if it
I
gets
wouldn't mind
down
that.
there, do we even want to buy it if it gets down there? Because that would be breaking the trend, that trend line.
Spamming questions is the probably least likely way to get your question answered.
Correct. Let's see. What's your yeah? I could see it, but this trend line's holding, Jay. This trend line, and so for me is,
It is.
if we do start to if we get to those 320s, then the trend line's broken.
What that's on an hour time frame you're looking at?
Yeah, 5 minutes, 1 hour.
Okay, so maybe if that trend line holds, that's 3340s.
Yeah, 40s, maybe 39.
Yeah, I know I want to buy gold.
Yeah, the question is where, right? Location,
Yep.
timing, and location. Look, someone says look for immediate reversal and the trend line break.
Okay. Kind of sellers fail under that trend line. I can see that. But it's held pretty nicely so far.
I mean, equities are rallying, so you'd think that gold would get a little bit of a sell off. But we kind of have, right? Gold sold off a little bit since Friday. We got as high as 33.65, 33.66.
On light, kind of light volume. Go ahead, Dakota.
No, I was just gonna say we have 6 minutes now until the little spike in volatility we see.
Isn't gold in rollover? I believe it may have already rolled. That's a good question though. Let's check.
I tell you what, man. Where did it go? I seen someone mention it. I don't know. The internet is the wildest place. Just random things.
What?
Just the gorilla versus trader war.
Oh yeah.
That. This weekend's topic was who's the sexiest trader or who's the best looking trader.
I mean, I'm gonna put my when I get a haircut. I don't know. I think I'm top 5,
You're top 5,
and I'm not number 5.
and you're not. Oh, that confidence, Jay. The confidence.
Gotta have confidence, right?
Yeah, fair enough. This is your number 4.
Randy H. Dolby's number 1. Yeah.
The classic hook. I'm in the top 2, not number 2.
It was a very interesting post by Tori. I think probably most people saw that.
Yeah, I mean,
Very
that's why I was getting
interesting
tagged in throughout the weekend. I'm like, come
post.
on.
Right.
Why?
Especially
Why?
when you see like who other people vote for or like nominate. It's like it's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks. The funny thing is, the majority of traders are guys. So, do our opinions really even matter?
Right. What would it take for you to take a trade here, Dakota?
I'd like to see if gold does sell off down to like the mid 30s, like 38, 39, and then reverse. Maybe.
I know micro Bitcoin has been something that's been moving a little, sitting kind of at a trend line right now, also sitting at this 200 moving average on the 30-minute. If sellers failed below that and we recovered back above it, I think that's a nice buy as well. But you know, how much volatility? I think right now is almost like it feels like a Sunday kickoff, right, where we're planning for what has the potential to happen. But I don't know that I'm looking at these markets right now as an opportunity to take a trade. Shubham, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, guys rating guys. No.
Floats your boat.
Let's take a look at. I updated the playlist a little bit.
Okay, I like this. Somebody said they were short. Lunatic pennies. I'm in a short.
Short what? What is the question? I'm not in any trades.
So I could see it, right? I'm looking at the S&P here and the NASDAQ as well. On the 30-minute, we have this 200 moving average, which we're under right now. I could see a short, but I'd want my stop above 5,900 in the S&Ps if I took it here. So with that, I'd probably have to take it in micros because that's a 20-point stop, which is pretty wide. And I'd be looking for kind of yesterday's move to retrace just because it happened on lower volume, right? We're giving volume a chance to kind of trade this range where it hasn't already. So I'd be looking for maybe a 2-to-1, maybe 40 points in the S&P. But the stop has to go above 5,900. Two minutes to Shanghai volume. So let's see if anything happens in gold there. Coach Hoop says gold is in rollover. Classic dips. I was looking it up, but Coach Hoop, he knows all the fundamental information. Gold is in rollover.
I'm gonna try something with your video, Jay.
All right. I'm trying to remember if I use a different browser. I'm in a Brave right now.
No, don't change anything. I'm gonna. I got it.
I'm getting the futures rollover calendar right now. I'll put this in the chat so you guys have it. But you can check the CME site. So it'll show you what the last delivery date is for these contracts. Valentino says, everyone has their own style, but moving averages don't move the markets. I agree with you. Volume moves the markets, but moving averages are a decent spot to look for volume to play into the markets. We look at the Yeah, Dakota's working on a production. We got a little echo, but we'll figure it out. Is it better now?
Yeah. Yep, it just takes a moment.
All right, we should be good now. Echo's gone. Yeah, the moving averages I'm just using as reference points the same way, traders look at levels and things like that. I'm not looking for a moving average to move the market, but I'm looking for the market to respond around those areas. We can see this white line here, this 200 moving average on the 30-minute, where we rejected a bunch of times in the NASDAQ, right? It's not always going to do that, right? Sometimes we trade through it. So when we get there, I'm looking for the market's response to it. When we start to trend, that 200 moving average usually acts as like a bounce point. So it's just an area of reference, not a blind, oh, my moving average says do this, so I'm going to take the trade. I don't think there are many things like that in trading.
Yeah,
Are you looking for ES2? Yeah, it is, right? Oh, we are at 8 p.m. We're at 8 p.m.
Yeah, same freaking issue.
I can try to switch browsers, see if that helps.
No, I don't know. It's a connection between that and OBS.
Am I looking for ES to go down? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it kind of retest yesterday's range, because we had that kind of low volume float up. When volume comes in, I wouldn't be surprised to kind of push back into 5850s here. Preston says trading sucks lately. It's been so hard. What's been hard about trading? Is it just different market conditions? Your setup isn't working?
Risk management?
Everything. Yeah, it could be risk management.
Let's try simplifying it. Usually when I get traders say it sucks, you need to simplify stuff. You start to overcomplicate it. It's been great for you lately. It's been great for me. Maybe take higher quality trades rather than quantity.
Yeah, could be it. No follow through on positions. Feel like I was having great luck over the several weeks. Well, if you're talking about the equities, look at the equity chart on the daily for the last couple of weeks. We've been in a range, right, where we had somewhat of a trending market at the end of April, and then the last week and a half of May has been in a daily consolidation. So if you're looking for breakouts, market conditions changed a little bit. So two things have happened. Market conditions changed a little, and the daily ATR is decreasing, right? So 2 months ago, where we had 3 weeks ago, when we had an 800-point range in the NASDAQ, that's now a 400-point range, right? So there's a lot less, there are a lot less points available in a move. So you may have to adjust to that decreasing ATR.
I give up on your video, man. You're frozen now.
What's happened? I'm frozen
know.
now? Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to try to rejoin.
Yeah, okay. You do that. You do that. We're watching gold here. Watching gold sell off a little bit. If we do get down to those 3340s, I might end up looking for a long while we wait for Coach Jay to come on back. All right, let's see. Let's see if you're any better, Jay. Let's see if we got this. There you go. Okay. All right, I'm not going to touch anything. Make sure if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Picture's coming in clear. I did change browsers, so maybe that's it.
Okay, we're going to find out.
Yes, for the Nasdaq, if I was to take a short, and again, this is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. The first kind of visual target that I have is this spike of volume that was the reaction to delay in European Union tariffs, right? So right around 50% of that is 21,100 in the Nasdaq. That would be a visual target, and kind of 5850s in the S&P. I don't know that we get there, but that is where I'd be looking at, especially because this move and the kind of float up happened on lower volume. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the market retrace that before we continue higher.
Quiet week. NQ. It is a quiet week. Is it? Are we ever going to have a quiet week when we have the politics talking and tariffs?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
A full week of quiet? No, definitely not.
No.
Metal's pulling back a little bit here. I know 39s was where you were looking at in gold.
Yeah, I'm watching gold. I have gold up. Everything else, it's just slow markets, man. Slow markets. Gold's down 6.69%. 0.7.
So the daily, we were just talking about daily ATR, Dakota. It's cut in half from where we were a month ago. Are we getting closer to that trading environment where you're more comfortable putting on slow markets trades? Set and forget levels and hold them overnight. You did it in gold.
Gold, yeah, gold. It's kind of like being short equities, but if it's a good trending market, respecting the trend, then yeah. And we're seeing a lot less headline risk at night anymore.
Right.
But we're always going to have headline risk no matter what, right? There's always going to be that headline risk. And it's a lot less sensitive now than it was. Like this weekend, it's like same stuff, I think the market's just getting used to it. Gold's pushing down a little bit more. This is still not the volatility that we're used to. I think tomorrow's going to be a lot better trading day. You don't have to trade tonight. I don't want to force anything either.
I agree. Yeah, me either.
All right, this is going to the playlist.
Gold. I may take a short here in gold.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm late, but I am seeing somewhat of a signal here in gold. I got a little bit. I'll wait. Maybe looking for a short down to 25s.
Go all in, Jay.
Dakota, they want to know what song this is.
I don't know, man. This is just some EDM.
Gotta use Shazam.
Yeah, use some let's see if Shazam would even pick this up.
It's usually pretty good.
Even with the loyalty free?
Yeah.
I gotta hold it up to the...
Suhail, you're entering a short. Is that
Shazam's
gold?
not picking it up. Oh,
Shazam's not picking it up. Oh,
tough. Last try. No results. Yeah, it's harder to pick up some of this royalty-free music.
Topstep TV exclusive. You heard it here first.
Yeah, we're doing some EDM. I tell you what, that one song by that Penguin, pretty good. I downloaded it actually. This one.
Is this a Dakota song?
Yeah, actually pretty good, man.
Dakota rises with the morning.
This is gonna be my theme song.
Shards are dancing in a golden haze. Eyes like arrows aiming at the prize. The market trembles when he strategizes.
This is what we're
Coach
doing.
Dakota flipping trades like a star. Turning pennies into dreams that go far. He don't guess, no, he's sharp.
He said pennies, right? Turning pennies into dreams that go far?
Pennies or panties, man? I don't know. I'll take both.
Screen lights flicker, there is morning muse. Candlesticks
I don't know.
tell stories he'll never
Could be either.
lose.
Could be either.
Patience sharper than a blade of steel. Dakota
Even if
moves
you
quick,
take out
but
the
his
words,
calm
this is still a
real.
great beat.
It's a good song. It's crazy that AI made this.
I know.
Chaos, he's the eye of the hurricane. Signals whisper secrets in his ear. He trades the waves, no room for fear. Coach Dakota flipping trades like a star. Turning pennies into dreams that go far.
I didn't pay him anything. He just posted it, man. It's pretty
Just,
cool.
that's
talked
that's
to
the community we have here at Topstep. You love it.
I talked to the team. I'm like,
Gotta
hey,
love
we gotta get this guy something. Like,
With each transaction,
Yeah.
he sharpens the mind.
Free account, some Topstep swag, something.
Dakota paints green and a little gold.
I'm just gonna walk out to my next boxing match. It's a little long. It'd be like a 3.5 minute walkout. This is just amazing.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah, even
All
though we're-
AI too.
Yeah. I heard pennies. All right,
The market
let's find it.
trembles when he
Let's see.
strategizes.
You're
Coach Dakota flipping trades like shards are
Where's it
dancing
at?
in a golden haze.
It was coming up.
Eyes like arrows aiming at the prize. The market trembles when he strategizes. Coach Dakota flipping trades like a star. Turning pennies into dreams that go
I don't know,
far.
man. I don't
He
know.
don't guess, no, he's
Use
It's
your
pennies.
imagination
It's
on that
pennies.
one. Yeah, we'll go with pennies because this is YouTube.
It's and it's about money, right? It's about
yeah,
trading.
yeah. We'll go with pennies. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the. Let's
Back to the markets.
Yeah, that needs
Gold
to
a
be
little
the
bit
new
of a
intro.
bounce there. That signal I had in gold for a short never confirmed, so kind of waiting for a 15-minute candle close here. But bouncing in that general's area, Dakota, you call it a zone, 3340s.
Yep. Lower.
Is that close? Is that close enough to that trend line?
No, I was actually kind of looking for like 38, 39. But who am I pinching pennies here? I mean, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Fair enough. It's good. Flipping pennies are flipping 30 lots. I need to get up back up. Don't worry, chat. I will make everybody here a promise. I don't do that a lot. I will get back up to the big size by the end of the year.
Nice.
By the end of 2025, I will be back up to bigger size. Guaranteed. That's going to be my promise to everybody here in slow markets. By the end of the year, I'm going to be 10 lots or higher, 10 contracts or higher.
So, okay, that's a good conversation. What does it take for you to get back to that point?
Consistency, man. These markets, for me, I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm just talking about myself. It's been inconsistent. I want to see that consistency first, and as soon as I start seeing and showing more consistency in my own personal day trading. I'm talking this day trading, okay? I'm not talking about my personal account. I'm not talking about my options. I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about what you see here in this Topstep account. When I start seeing more consistency, I will start sizing up. And I have enough confidence in my own abilities that by the end of this year, I will be back up to those bigger sizes.
Nice.
With one account, live account, yeah. So we'll
This
see.
is pretty good trading music here.
That's a lot of, yeah. Challenge accepted. Yeah, hold me to it. You guys could tag this video, mark it, clip it, whatever. $200 contracts sitting at 205 in the NASDAQ.
Yep, they are there.
On the ask. I haven't seen any of these big orders at the bid, man.
No,
All
they haven't
at
been.
the ask.
All of them.
Hey, I like these tunes.
Yeah, this music makes me want to put on a trade.
Uh-oh. That risk disclosure, where's it at?
Right. Seeing a lot of markets that look like short opportunities. Oh, copper. Look at copper. I just brought this chart up.
Oh, man. That's quite the move in copper.
Yeah, I had it up on a side chart.
Combat juggling, Jay. Have you ever watched that?
I saw your post.
I never did bet on it. It was just a joke. I just seen it. I'm like, what is this? I checked it out, and they legit have like certified trainers and everything into it. Like,
Yeah, the amount of like alternative sports out there is pretty crazy. There's like that like competitive tag league.
yeah, I seen that. We have this competitive futures trading.
Right.
Get picked up be the next esports in the esports arena. I'm excited.
I might take a short in copper here. All right, I'm short copper.
Dodgeball? Oh yeah. Yes, definitely. That. Have you seen that old movie Dodgeball? Dodge a wrench, dodge a ball.
Oh, I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely have.
Gold's starting to sell off a little bit. We'll see if it's going to hold that trend line now. You're short copper? Okay.
Yeah, just a one lot. ES to 58.71. It's kind of where we are right now. 58.71. Man, some people love this music, some people hate it.
Well, we're playing it. You want to know what I was watching the other day, Jay? Here's the reality of what we do when it comes to social media and being on YouTube in front of thousands. Is you can please 99% of the people here, and the 1% will always be louder, right? Say you take, this is just an example, 1,000 people, right? And you make 99% happy. That's extreme. You're like, wow, you're so amazing. You made 99% of your traders happy. That 1% still adds up to be, well, what's 1% of 1,000, right? It's going to be, is it 100? Is it 100? It's 100. And they're always going to be the loudest. They're always the ones, the upset person is the one that's going to be spreading the drama, the social media, and posting all that. And it's just like, you just got to ignore it. You just got to ignore it. Is it
1% of 1,000 is 10? Like
10? All right.
Chaz.
Well,
yeah,
whatever.
but yeah, you're right.
It's the same
right.
idea.
I mean, how many people write great reviews about a restaurant they went to, right? It's usually the person who like had a terrible experience. They had to wait too long for their food or something like that, and they're going to give it a 1 star.
I was going to say 10,000, but I went down to 1,000, and that's where the 100 came from.
Yeah. It's okay.
Hey, look, there they are. There's those 10 traders. Get them out of here.
3-day weekend, man.
Get them out of here. That brought out those 10.
Gold pulling back pretty nicely here. Here's that trend line test. Trend line test in gold here. But you said you're looking for somewhere lower, right?
No, this is the area. This is the zone.
There we go.
You are short copper?
I'm short copper, yep. Looking for about 100 ticks on this trade.
Oh, Chad always gets me. More trading, less talking. Nah, you don't need to trade. Gold continue to sell. We're at that 338 level.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not liking it, man. I'm not liking gold buys. I'm gonna retract it. I'll show you why. Look at this. Does this look like something to you?
Oh yeah, lower highs. Downward trend line. Yep.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a very good opportunity unless we break out and then retest it.
Right.
And so maybe there is a short opportunity if we do start to break this trend line, which we might be in the middle of breaking it now.
Hebert with the comment of the day. Like the live, guys. Hit the like button. Hebert, we appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Coach Jay joins me Mondays and Wednesdays. I have Baron, who's also another trader here at Topstep. He joins me Thursdays. And then Tuesdays, I'm calling it Technical Tuesdays now, where I do some more of a classroom style, and I go over Technical Tuesdays.
Chat's asking about some of the indicators on my charts. The only indicators I have volume. I have an ATR, which I barely look at, and then everything else is a drawing, right? So these boxes that you see here are just fib retracements with 0, 50%, and 100%. Yeah, 21,150 looks like a nice spot in the Nasdaq.
Not really much, man. We're coming to the end of class.
Yeah.
Already been an hour. Really quick. Yeah, Nasdaq's starting to sell off. Looks like we put in a... yeah, I think just being patient, waiting. You don't have to trade. That's a beautiful thing. Wait for better setups.
So let's prep for tomorrow. So we're on fast markets tomorrow. We got some bullish news out of the president over the weekend. What are you expecting going into tomorrow's fast markets? Are you going to see how tonight's price action plays out and then take it from there?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, I'm going to go with tomorrow being... I'm treating it like a Monday, honestly. We just have a short week. We have a little bit of news over the weekend like we've been seeing all week, all month, all year. It's been headlines this, headlines that, tariff this, tariff that, pause here, pause there. And we're going to continue to see it. And I don't think it's going anywhere soon. However, I think the volatility and the market's reaction is a little less dramatic because the market's starting to get used to it, right? And
yep,
it's just trade what we see. Tomorrow, I would really like for this market to sell off between now and tomorrow. And the reason being is if we switch it over to my charts, this is where we opened up, all the way down here, 20,900s. So I would not be opposed for this market to sell off, maybe find some, structure, put in some structure between now and tomorrow morning, maybe during the London Open with Aaron or the Europe session with D. I want to see market structure first because, New York session was on holiday. It's been a 3-day weekend, and there's not too much to reference this Open. And so just wake up tomorrow, take a look and see where we're at, and go from there. How about you?
Yeah, same thing, kind of retesting where we broke out from for yesterday's price action. Just want to clarify something I said, looking for the NASDAQ to potentially test that 21,100 area where you just said, kind of 2190s. But I just mentioned 21,150s as well for a target. If I was short, I would be managing my position at 21,150, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because on yesterday's price action, we kind of got this breakout. We came back and retested those 150s and bounced from there. So if this is now acting like a kind of intermediate support, I have to manage my position around there. If this gives out, then yes, we're looking for 50% of this total. And similar, somebody asked about my copper trade. What I'm looking for, we saw a big seller come in. We're kind of holding 50% of where they came in. I'm just looking for a continuation, at least back down to the lower extreme of this candle, and then maybe some continuation lower on a higher time frame. It looks like we could potentially pull back, or I just sold the low and we bounce from here. But looking for whoever that seller was to continue selling.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Jay. Thanks, everybody. I will catch you, Jay, tomorrow morning. I'll catch the chat tomorrow morning. And yeah, take care. Enjoy. And remember, trading is optional. You do not need to put on risk until you feel like it's following your process. Less is more. Quality over quantity. All those fun sayings. Take care, and I will see you then.